term in the crypto community called a dead cat bounce, and that saying comes from an old saying that says, even a dead cat will bounce if you drop it from high enough. And $28 to 50 cents is definitely a high enough drop to make a dead cat bounce, in my opinion. Which basically means, what I'm trying to say is this is pretty par for the course as far as a dead cat bounce goes, in my opinion. I don't like, what other than a 7 billion market cap dropping down to 300 million, and less, much less. It was at like 220 at one point. What other term could I use to describe that than a dead cat bounce? Especially with what we're seeing here. I drew some channels for you guys just to kind of make note of what happened. So this is our high channel here, followed by what got broken as I was prepping the video, which was this little alligator mouth boy here. And now we're looking at a new channel, which would be where I drew the third trend line. Basically what's happening here is, if it breaks down one more time, in my opinion, I mean, of course, with the volume going on, what is this, $625 million in volume within the last 24 hours for something that has half the market cap is pretty impressive. But with that said, it did drop from 7 billion down to 300 million. Sorry, dog just pulled up on me. Yeah, so nothing has really changed as far as the narrative goes. Nothing has been solved as far as the insider trading. So in my opinion, I mean, there's no catalyst to push it higher other than just squeezing out more sell walls that have been built up through this last push. I mean, again, do I regret not hopping in at 5 cents making a trade? Yes, but also I am one to not make risky trades as I've grown throughout my time in crypto. I mean, yes, I've caught big runners off of dead cat bounces, and it's very lucrative to play that. And yes, I do regret not hopping in with some sort of small trade. But one thing that I can say that I am proud of myself is that I stuck to my guns. I said, no, I'm not gonna hop in, and I kept my conviction on the play rather than drawing into the FOMO, because at some point I can't just stay watching my trade today, or yesterday for that matter. So I wouldn't have been able to trade it when I wanted to, and I would have been potentially stuck holding a bag. So play it both ways. But in my opinion, if you're looking to get into this now, I would ask yourself, is this a FOMO play? Do I have fear of missing out? Is this what I'm experiencing? And then look at that, because I'm not gonna jinx anything, but it looks like we're breaking that third support line as we speak, and that's gonna be pretty telling for the next few candles, because even on a play like this that seems to be moving down off of the volume, it still has the potential to go up, just because of the general consensus of what's, there's so much uncertainty, and then there's so many people who just want to see it go back up. so they can make some of their bag back or potentially just play off the volume. So, I mean, again, nothing has changed as far as narrative. The last I heard, the last I've looked, which was 10 minutes ago, everything's still in play as far as insider trading. I mean, you can't go back from 3 wallets holding 90%, which, that's where the price has gone from $28. I mean, those 3 wallets aren't no longer in play. So, with that said, the account's frozen. I don't think that they could make the transfers to I mean, that's not to say they don't have more funds to play with, but off of a different wallet. But still, I personally, I'm not hopping in. I'm staying with my plays. I mean, I have a little bit of liquid to play with, but I don't have enough to where I'm like, okay, well, let's just take a gamble here and see what happens. So I'm staying away. I'm rooting for people. I mean, I'm always rooting for the retail traders, but I don't personally have that same sort of mentality when I go into trades that, this is just money that I'd be open to losing. They always say trade at your own risk, and my risk does not involve trades like this. So just keep your conviction on whatever you want it to do. If you do want to end up trading this, by all means, I do see 100% where somebody would be coming from, wanting to trade the volume here. If you want to short this, by all means. It just ran to $2 to what is that, 230-ish. So there is still room for, I mean, at this point I think it's going to stabilize a little bit for a little, just because, it's just in that range now where it's kind of, I feel like, going to seesaw up and down for maybe a few hours before taking another jump up. That's my prediction. I do think that it's probably due for another pump, just based off the volume. Volume's just concentrated here for the last week or so. So, I mean, if some of your altcoin plays are slow, just know, there's something sucking up the volume in the market right now. But yeah, guys, I just wanted to bring you guys another video as far as Rave goes, because I know this is where most of the volume concentration's been. So a lot of people aren't even gonna watch something that they're not currently invested in or trying to trade. So anyways, I'm out. You guys have a great day. What do you guys think as far as price prediction, bullish, bearish? Personally, short term, probably bullish. Long term, definitely bearish. But yeah, so I'm out of here. You guys have a great day. I will see you tomorrow or the next day, potentially.